So, it's official. Six Flags America will be closing at the end of the 2025 season, and this is a very sad situation, but now we have to ask, what's going to happen to everything at Six Flags America? What's going to happen to the rides, the water rides, the flat rides, and all the rest of the experiences at Six Flags America? So, now, in today's video, we're going to be asking, what's going to happen to every single thing at Six Flags America? What's up guys, Cam here, and before we get to today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Now, a moment of silence because Six Flags America is closing. That was our moment of silence. Now, Six Flags America, as we all know, is probably one of the worst parks in the Six Flags chain, but it is pretty sad that this park will be closing. I did see a lot of solid things about it this year, and yeah, let's just hop into what's going to happen to every ride or every large experience at the park. So we're going to be starting off with, of course, the coasters. Now, we got to start off with, of course, Batwing. This coaster's gone. This coaster's probably going to get demolished, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were to say hey, let's just maybe we could try to sell it. I bet a park would be willing to throw in a couple million for this one. Probably a little bit more of an independent park, probably Lagoon, or maybe another one that's just willing to get a big thrill coaster, but they don't want to spend too much on it, so they want since it has the extra parts, Batwing would probably be not a terrible choice to buy. If it was at the right price, a park would be willing to buy it. Alright, next up is Firebird. This coaster it's on a bit of a tilt on what's going to happen to it. This is a pretty solid steel coaster. It is the first B&M ever, which is actually pretty surprising. What could happen with it? This could be sent to a lower tier 1 park. This could probably fit pretty well if they could theme it pretty well. They could probably send this to Great Escape, Michigan's Adventure, Valley Fair, a LaRonde. Just don't completely count out. They could also sell this one. Just never count out Firebird. It's a steel coaster that has a pretty solid audience. If there was a park that would be willing to buy it or take it on, I bet they would. So next up we have Professor Screamore's Skywinder. This one is an interesting one because I do think there is a park or two that would actually be willing to take it up. They just got new trains. They'd probably need to do a little bit of track work, but not too much because from the sounds of it, the new trains are actually really helping out the ride. Some parks I have in mind, since this is in a bit of a steampunk area, Magic Mountain this probably wouldn't happen, but Magic Mountain in the steampunk district, they do have a little bit of space behind the theater. They could probably easily fit this coaster in there, but I don't know about that one. They could probably also send this to of course, a lower tier park that doesn't have a really big steel coaster, something along the lines of Valley Fair, of course, Great Escape. If it does get sent to a higher tier park, maybe another place, but overall, I'm not really sure about this one. Raging Cajun is actually having probably the most likely of all of them to get relocated, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this is getting sent to a bit of a higher tier park. Probably something along the lines of, it has to be one without Aria Wild Mouse and one that doesn't have a Pandemonium clone. So Magic Mountain, of course, is a possibility. Another park that could probably see this is Kings Island, if they could relocate it. King's Dominion, Great Adventure maybe actually wouldn't be a terrible idea for this one. LaRonde in Canada, maybe Canada's Wonderland, maybe another park, but I'm not really sure. All I know is that this is probably going to get relocated to a pretty solid park, and yeah. Roar, scrapped. Do I really need to talk about Roar right now? This is probably the lower tier Woody in a park. If a park were to be willing to buy it, I don't know any park that would be willing to buy it. Maybe if they want another wooden coaster, of course, Lagoon, or just another park that would be willing to want another Woody that is solid, but I just don't see this ride getting relocated at all. It's going to the scrapyard. All the wood, all of that, it's gone. They probably could send the Peak Sea trains to another roller coaster, but yeah. Hey, this is editing Cam here. While I was editing the video, I had a bit of a thought about Roar. Cedar Point. Retract the entire thing. see what happens. Now the saddest loss here is Superman Ride of Steel. This one looks awesome. I never got a chance to ride it, but I just don't see a way that they could relocate. I saw this post saying Darien Lake can do the funniest thing right now. That could be an interesting idea. If they were willing to relocate it to Darien Lake, they could probably do a dueling one, like Superman versus Bizarro, Ride of Steel. And they have one side be Bizarro where you can ride the whole thing backwards, and you can have Superman where you can ride the whole thing forwards. Like, oh my god, that would be awesome. But I just don't see it happening. I just don't think it could happen. Well, it would be awesome. I don't think leadership has anything ideas-wise. Help it. So next up is Joker's Jinx. I actually do think this one has a really good chance of getting relocated to another park, of course. And alright, so I had a little bit of a mess up there. We're going to continue to the Joker's Jinx. The Joker's Jinx could probably be sent to a park that just overall needs a pretty solid steel coaster, pretty solid supporting steel coaster. Michigan's Adventure has come up a lot, but there is Poltergeist and Flight of Fear. This could be scrapped for parts. They could sell this. I'm not sure. And then we have WildOne. Oh my god. I wish it could happen. I wish they could relocate it to another park, but I don't know. From the looks of it, WildOne is just not there. Like, from the looks of it, WildOne has a pretty, like, thin layout, but I just don't know. I don't know where they could send this. I don't know a park that would be willing to take this, in all honesty. So yeah, quite the saddening story for the roller coasters. But next up, we need to head on to the Thrill Flat Rides. Big Easy Speedway is what is it? Go-karts. It's go-karts, I think. So go-karts, they will be probably scrapped. I'm not gonna lie, they probably can't relocate this. It's probably getting sent for parts to another park that has go-karts. Magic Mountain. Harley Quinn Spinsanity. This one is definitely getting relocated from what I know. This one is getting sent to a park that doesn't have a pendulum ride. Now, I don't know a park that doesn't have a pendulum ride. That's the issue right now. They could probably send this to a lower tier, Cedar Fair Park, or I don't know, probably a mid-tier Six Flags park. But they could also sell this. I bet there's a person that's willing to buy it. But yeah. Next up is the Drop Tower. Now, I bet they could do a little bit of something with the Drop Tower, but I don't know. I think this one's getting scrapped too. And then Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth. Now, this one does have a pretty solid chance of getting sent to another park. I don't know which other parks this would be sent to, but I know this one is probably getting relocated to another park. So next up, we gotta head on to the rest of the flat rides. So we have, I'll speed run this. Capital Railways parts. Carousel is probably getting relocated to another park. The Cyclone is probably getting relocated or probably getting parts. Electro Derby parts. Flying Carousel relocated. Foghorn Lahorn's Tinseltown train probably getting relocated. French Quarter Flyers relocated. High Seas relocated. Minutainment Motors parts. Quantum Canyon Rapids, that one's getting parts. Riddle Me This relocated. Shipwreck Falls, this was actually a pretty interesting one. If it's in good enough condition, you could probably relocate it, but at this time I just think that it's going to be sent for parts. Steamtown, just the whole thing. Probably the theming aspects of it are probably going to be relocated to another steampunk area of the park, such as like a steampunk district at Six Flags Magic Mountain. I keep bringing up Magic Mountain in this video. Steam Whirler is probably getting sent to Magic Mountain. I hope that one. It's a steampunk themed flat ride in a steampunk area. Teacups relocated, and Penguins Blizzard River. I'm not really sure about this one. I haven't heard a lot about it, but it's probably getting parts or just scrapped overall. And then of course the kids rides. Elmer's Around the World in 80 Seconds. Parts. Foghorn, I already said relocated. Great Chase is definitely getting relocated. I think this could probably be sent to like Six Flags Over Georgia or Six Flags St. Louis. Looney Tunes Prop Warehouse probably getting relocated. Pepe Le Pew's Tea Party, Sylvester's Pounceabouts, Towns Pillwork, and Yosemite Sam's Hollywood Flight School is getting relocated. But other than that, that's going to be really it for the rides at Six Flags America. And the really sad thing is that a lot of the coasters are probably going to get scrapped. I don't really know what they're going to do with some of the coasters. Yeah, really sad situation for Six Flags America. I feel bad for a lot of people that have called this park their home park. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and please go to Six Flags America, get your last rides in. And I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.